Deeper client breakthroughs is something that we all want inside our hypnosis and coaching practice, right? Because we truly love that out of this world feeling after helping someone to thoroughly shift their internal state and just heal. So today I'm talking to you about a wonderful concept that you can apply into all of your coaching sessions and hypnosis sessions so that you get deeper breakthroughs in your clients, especially throughout the interview process with your clients. And this concept is utilizing unconscious moments and using our clients' own unconscious moments. This is actually part two, because today we're talking about the auditory unconscious moments, the things that we can hear. I've already talked about the visual aspects of unconscious moments. So if you want that and haven't seen that before, let me know. Comment below to see if you do want part one of this. Just comment visual unconscious moments, and I can definitely give that link to you, because today it's all about what we are hearing from our clients and really finding that skill set, that this amazing skill set of communicating with our clients' unconscious mind, because we know that our client's unconscious mind, or the unconscious mind in general, doesn't really speak through words, right? It's got a different language on its own. So today I'm going to show you one of the biggest ways that we can communicate with our client's unconscious mind. And so now I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see these unconscious moments, and let's get straight into it. I am going to see to make sure that this works first. Definitely beautiful. So here we go. Let's begin. So I'm not going to read this to you because you know how to read. Definitely make notes. I encourage you to make notes or grab a screenshot of this slide, because these are the things that you want to look or actually listen for within your client session. So how our client expresses themselves in terms of the type of words that they say, like the language here that they're using, and how their body language is, how they express themselves in terms of the volume and pitches of their voice. This is a big one. I'm going to show you an example later of using symbolism, metaphorical concepts that are very creative in nature. Another sign of the unconscious mind in action, right? Emotions are a big one. How our clients are feeling emotionally is also a huge type of unconscious moment that we really want to stick to. And then language. We'll talk about, well, actually, we're not going to talk about this more today, but the type of words that they're using to express their information, if they're using the same concepts and words over and over and over again. Definitely here out for that. And then thoughts. What kind of thoughts are they thinking? Are there a lot of conflicts? Is it starting to become irrational, aka more unconscious? Is it all over the place, more unconscious, right? These are the things that we truly want to look for. So again, make sure that you make notes. You can always refer back to this in the future, but also take a screenshot, because now we're going to talk about what to do with these unconscious moments. This is a big thing. And this is how the ACH trainings are actually built. Inside our sessions, we really drill upon what to do in these unconscious moments. The concept is very, very simple, but it needs repetition, right? It's like a muscle that we get to build, because although it's simple, it's not always easy to implement within our sessions. So say we find our client's unconscious moment, and where a client's presenting problem is procrastination in business, right? They want to be consistent in their business, and they're like, I have the start-stop pattern in my sessions or in my business, and then I just want to become more consistent. That's their problem. That's what they want to have. And then we go through our sessions, and then the client starts saying, every time I put myself out there or want to put myself out there, I feel like I'm inside this cage and there's a lock, right? And they start, and we are seeing and hearing more unconscious moments as they're saying that. And so what do you do at that moment? This is a perfect opportunity to grab onto that unconscious moment. Sometimes when our clients are talking, like they are giving us so much information, it can be difficult to sort out what the hell do I focus on, right? You focus on the unconscious moments that were listed in this slide and then the previous training as well. So definitely look for those. And then we hear this metaphor and we're like, okay, that's very interesting how they choose to symbolize their problem being locked inside a cage, and then there's a key, right? And so it doesn't matter if we have 10 other questions in our minds, we always take our client's response. If we hear that shit, if we're like, oh, cage, that's interesting. That's a very unusual way of describing the problem. Focus on that. Ask the client questions about that experience, about being in a cage, right? So what do you mean you're in a cage? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing right now in that cage? Now, this can get quite tricky because sometimes we can be like, oh, okay, so now I want you to open this cage, take the lock that is in your pocket and open it up, or grab a chainsaw and just fucking like chainsaw yourself out of that cage. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not try to do anything with their metaphor. You're just exploring the metaphor because the answers are within. What they need to do inside that cage is within them. The unconscious mind has deliberately given us that information, and we're just going along with the ride, right? It's so much more fun that way, like so much more fun. So by asking our clients questions, we are bringing attention. For the first principle is bring your client's attention in that moment and say, like, what do you mean by the cage? And keep asking your questions that way and keep them there as long as possible. So instead of going back to the symptom problem of business, you know, like the example I said earlier, instead of being like, take a chainsaw yourself out of that cage and then stop procrastinating, take action. No, we're not doing that. We're literally just being in that present moment with a client and keeping them there as long as possible so that eventually it grows. Eventually, as we ask our clients questions about this metaphor, about being in the cage, more and more things will pop up. The more creativity happens. Why? Because we're focusing their attention on an unconscious moment. And eventually, the answers as to why they're stuck, why they're procrastinating is in there. And the solution of whatever it is also going to be in there. So very simple concept, right? It makes total sense, but this definitely is a muscle that we get to build. And using this over and over and over again will only work well if we know the types of questions to ask, right? There are how we phrase our questions is very important in terms of how to initiate these unconscious moments. And also it will only work if, you know, by the end, we know how to test our clients to ensure that it works. But definitely try this out inside your sessions and let me know how that goes. Whenever you hear, or yeah, right now we're talking about auditory unconscious moments. So whenever you hear any of those unconscious moments that I listed in that slide, just draw your client's attention on it and keep your client's attention there for as long as possible. Again, this is a skill set. Sometimes some clients will talk their way out of it consciously. But again, the skill set is bringing them back into the unconscious moment and saying, wait, you were just talking about being in the cage. Let's talk more about that. Writing your sessions and keeping it there is really what's going to make a massive difference. And the depth, this is what we mean by the depth of the hypnotic work and the transformations that we're doing, because when we're actually utilizing what our clients present to us in terms of their unconscious moments, that is when they find their own answers instead of us trying to attempt to guide them to an answer that we think they need. But it is not up to us to do that, right? And that's why inside our ACH trainings, we really focus on this skill set of what is it, conscious information or is it unconscious information? If it's unconscious information, let us keep the conversation there as long as possible. This is how we get better at truly making a difference in our clients' lives. This is how we get better at making sure that we keep up with the conversations within our sessions. And this is how we truly have fast, not only fast, but lasting breakthroughs, because we are using our own clients' resources instead of putting them in a box of what we think they need the resources need to be for them, because that's just how we learned. It's not really up to us to have the transformation, right? It's up to the clients. So if you enjoy this, definitely let me know. And the ACH training starts tomorrow. There are still spots for you to join, to really enhance your skill sets and have deeper transformations for your clients, because we all love those messages that go, oh my God, Fritz, you cannot believe what happened to me. We all love those messages. It makes us feel super damn excited and out of this world. And them saying that not only did it helped their procrastination, but it helped in other areas of their life. They're eating healthier, they're sleeping better, and all those things. These are the types of results we want, right? And the ACH training helps you do that. Again, we start in 24 hours. There are still spots to join. If you are the last minute joiners, I hear you. There's definitely room for that still. Otherwise, the next training is going to be in January. And so if you want to be on the wait list for that, definitely let me know too, either through the comments or private message me. Otherwise, try this out for either way, try this out for your clients today, whenever your next session is, and just see the massive difference it will make in terms of the transformations, instead of just like, I've actually had people trying this out and telling me, oh my God, Fritz, like within 10 minutes, the client had a transformation. Like, that is insane. It truly is insane. So you get to help your clients do this. Let me know how that goes if you've tried it, because I always love hearing it. Otherwise, I will see you soon.